Liverpool fan in Japan.
Hello YouTube, Liverpool fan in Japan, the Miyazaki man Sai here, and I'm going to put the record straight once and for all for Wataru Endo's prospects at Liverpool. Now on the 27th of July, I already knew because Wataru Endo did an exclusive piece on his aspirations for the season after talking to Arne Slot. In July, he mentioned everything there is to know about current state of affairs when he arrived back at the AXA Trading Academy with Mo Salah on the same day, the actual schedule that senior players and first team members like himself have, which is a 9:15 meeting followed by breakfast and care, followed by 10:30 strategic meeting, which only lasts 15 minutes until the gym, and then 11:30 to start off practice outside. So I don't know how journalists have put 2 and 2 together and come up with a number 57 chicken chow mein, black bean sauce and a chicken wing. Endo doesn't fit in the team. Let's get some sweet and sour chicken balls to go as well. Trust me, that's a lot more fulfilling than all the BS that you hear from some journalists, because the only people that can tell you that Wataru Endo is not part of Arne Slot's plans for this coming season would be Arne Slot, head coach. And Arne Slot, when questioned on Wataru Endo on Wata, directly said, we're going to need every player for the coming season. He will get his chance. It's not about the player, it's about the team. And there's good midfielders who have played in the opening 2 matches. There can only be 3 in that midfield. Curtis Jones didn't play, Harvey Elliott didn't play, Wataru Endo didn't play, Bacetic didn't play, Bobby Clark didn't play, Troy Nyoni did not play. Loads and loads of quality in the midfield. Every player will be needed. It's a long season. He specifically said, we will count on Endo for this season because we need them all to win the major honours. He said that. He actually said all of this. So Arne Slot's words, Wataru Endo's own words, Wataru Endo's articles. And what's the flip side of it? The fact that Wataru Endo started in the Las Palmas match, or that Wataru Endo had a bid rejected from Marseille and then coming to conclusions? Something don't add up here, mateys. There's either a personal agenda or some mischievous misdirection by some journalists to create some buzz and clickbait. So there's definitely some lynching going on here. Lynching, what a great word. It means killing of an individual without due process, unduressed, non-justified assassination of a player. Okay, who else could know about Wataru Endo not being part of Arne Slot's plans? Let's go through them. Sipka Holshoff, first assistant coach. Johnny Heitinger, assistant coach. Fabian Otter, goalkeeping coach. Perhaps Taffarel might give you a little insider scoop, but mainly with goalkeepers. And what about Aaron Briggs, first team development coach? Maybe Schlumberger, head of performance and recovery. Maybe John W. Henry himself. Maybe you go all the way up the chain to Michael Edwards. Are you getting your sources from him? Or maybe Richard Hughes in the tanning parlour or the osteopath or something like that. I don't know. But apart from that, who would really tell you that Endo doesn't fit into Arne Slot's style of football? And that Liverpool are willing to sell for the right price, especially for the fact that we're trying to get a defensive midfielder. We're trying to reinforce the 6th position. We need destroyers. We need ball winners. We need bodies in there. We're letting Stefan Bacetic go out on loan, and yet people have put 2 and 2 together and said that Wataru Endo is exposable. He's a stopgap. Very bizarre. How did you get this 2 and 2? Is it perhaps because he didn't play in the first match against Sevilla and played against Las Palmas instead? There's very good reasoning for that, because as a coach myself, I'd really love the senior figures to guide the kids through and give them a platform to get the ball, retain the ball, give them the ball and show them what they can do in pre-season to impress Arne Slot. And Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, Darwin Núñez, Cody Gakpo, Wataru Endo all played part of that game as well, and they're going to have very important roles in the course of the season because there are so many games to compete with. So isn't it a beautiful thing that we have that squad depth, that strength in depth and ability as well? And the fact that Wataru Endo has come out with a vlog on the 14th of August, almost 22 minutes long, where he explains directly to the interviewer his place in the Liverpool team, Arne Slot's expectations of him, what he needs to do to adapt to the role, his expected game time, his thoughts and feelings of being on the bench for the first match, followed by a newsletter was actually released yesterday, getting his opinions on being on the bench for the first 2 games and coming on for the last 5-10 minutes as well. He reveals all, and I'm glad to say for all you fans of Wataru Endo, and for you doubters that are peaking as well, there's predominantly good news, which I always thought it would be. So let me just give you guys the highlights and the lowdowns of the article for all of you who are interested, because I'm sure you're smashing the F5 key look at transfer gossip anyway, but this will keep you busy, right? And for the members in the members section, I've made something slightly special in this video as well, which you'll see in a moment. A little bit proud of it as well. But I will be translating both videos and the newsletter in the official members section. Join up if you haven't already. Cheaper than the crusty McDonald's Happy Meal set. I mean, the toys are pretty decent, right? So anyway, I digress. This is a channel, substance in abundance, cream of the crop. The cream of the crop! Constantly supporting Arne Slot and you want to join the member section because exclusive stuff is coming there very, very soon. Thank you everyone for supporting. And as I said, I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. Can't believe we're already at 60 members. The LFIJ All-Stars, shout out to you guys, especially Joseph M, Jamie R, Christian, Debs P, and Captain Haz in Emperor Endo tier, looking mighty fine, my man. Lots of exclusive content coming up very, very soon. And a big welcome to our newest member, Brendan Pacey. Choose your number in the Discord. It will be your member number forever on your exclusive goodie when we get to 100 members.
Yay!
But yes, as I said, let me give you a little lowdown on what Wataru Endo's newsletter said yesterday. So he was directly asked, is he being transferred out? What does he make of his position? What does he think of his prospects in the first team for this season, considering he was a starter last season? And the first thing he has to say shows what a team player he is. 2 wins out of 2 wins, the most important thing. And even though there's a new manager coming in, the shiny one, there's an atmosphere in the changing room, around the training ground, of wanting to win, needing to win, being obsessed with winning because you're at a big club and it's expected of you. Now, he didn't start the first match, but that gave him more determination to show the coach what he can do, what he's got to rightfully earn his place. But on the same time, he's happy to support the team, and as long as the team wins, everyone wins and everyone is happy. And he mentions his observations from the Ipswich match. He said the Ipswich were a very, very good team. They pressed with intensity, but there's a difference between teams that can press intensely for 90 minutes and continue the style of play and show their quality for the whole 90 minutes, and those that can't. And Liverpool were well aware of it from the very start of the match, that the opposition would tire and they get more and more chances as the game wore on, and they kept that mentality and they kept that confidence and they kept the bravery of play. In the second half, the 2 goals came, and Endo said that perspective and that vision from the coaching staff, from the strategy, from the players was prevalent throughout the whole match. And now you can see the thought process from a player on the bench and what he's seeing on the field, aligning with the tactical instructions that Arne Slot and the data team and the sports scientists have given them. And then he says the second match against Brentford, 5 minutes, 10 minutes left on the clock. He came on at Anfield, great ovation, loved the fan base. He was feeling excitement on coming on. He wanted to make his impact, play a role. He muscled the player off the ball, great contribution, held his line, held his position in midfield, didn't give the opposition any obvious runs as well. And it's just the overall support of the supporters in the ground that gives him that motivation that he wants to do more, wants to contribute more. He wants to make the most of every minute, and he'll continue working hard to make sure his time on the pitch gives Liverpool a positive contribution. And then he goes on to say that Arne Slot is a coach that communicates well with all of the players. Arne Slot personally told him the style of play he expects from Wataru Endo, the style of play he expects from his defensive midfielder, and what he needs to do and what he needs to work on as well. And he mentioned the style of the midfield is fixed to a certain extent, so any players that go in still have to follow the system. The system is fixed to a certain extent, so no matter what personnel come in, they are expected to fulfill the function of the role of the midfield that Arne Slot wants in order to facilitate the attack, to facilitate the defence, and to help the transitions offensively and defensively, which is why the midfield is such a key component of the team. And Wataru Endo then laughs and says, yes, I need to do that as well and help the team in all facets of the midfield battle, even though I'm not playing currently. But he keeps an open mindset and says there's lots of games this season: Champions League, Premier League, EFL Carabao Cup, FA Cup as well. There will be time and minutes for every player to play. He wants to play, and when he does get the opportunity and get the nod, he will make the most of his minutes, and he'll fight hard to be a part of it, because if Liverpool win anything this season, they won it together. It doesn't matter whether you have a 10-minute cameo, a 90-minute back-on-back, or a winning goal, you prevent a counter-attack, or you motivate your teams from the bench, in the training ground, set the standards every single day, laughed off the training field. Every single thing, including the unseen and intangible things that you are unaware of, contribute to a team winning everything and going for it in every competition. So players like Wataru Endo who have this mindset are absolutely crucial. They have the experience, they'll never kick up a fuss, they'll keep professional at all times, they look after their body. He's a young 30s as well, because he hasn't been in a high intensity pressured environment for the duration of his career. But these kind of players with that kind of foresight and mentality and that kind of clarity and zen-like attitude are absolutely vital. So for people who want to kick him out for little financial gain, for the fact that he might be Asian and not flavour of the month, or fear of missing out on your next sparkly young defensive midfielder, even if you'd sign a top prospect in midfield, Angelo Stiller or an Alan Varela or a Heze from Olympiacos, it's so vital to have the experienced heads who have been there and done it, and even on the world stage, because you're talking captain material here, to being captain of Japan. And if you look at the Asian fan base, including Liverpool fan in Japan, Miyazaki man Sai, you'll know that they are passionate a lot. They take their football seriously. They are disciplined. They do all the training that everyone, like a Mo Salah, a Wayne Rooney, a Steven Gerrard, a Rory Keane, everyone goes through the same trials and tribulations and hardships that professional footballer needs to do. So put some respect on it, because even Japan as a national team is actually pretty damn good. They can beat anyone on their day. So to be captain of Japan, Szoboszlai captain of Hungary, Lucho Diaz in the leadership team in Colombia, Andy Robertson captain of Scotland, Virgil van Dijk captain of Holland, Trent Alexander-Arnold vice captain of Liverpool. There's a big sense of leadership, responsibility, and the cool, calm, collective heads of these players that the younger players will look up to. And it's when they have the presence in the team, including the youngsters out of academy like Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott, when they're on the team, it gives the youngsters a sense and a platform that they can perform to the best of their abilities with senior pros who will guide them and talk to them and communicate with them and position them throughout the match and constantly help them to shine on the stage, whether it's in the early rounds of the cup or whatever matches they get a chance in. So squad is very, very important. Wataru Endo and Alexis McAllister have shone on the bigger stages against your Declan Rice, against your Odegaard, against your Kevin De Bruyne, against your Phil Foden, against your Rodri, against your Kovacic as well. In fact, Endo absolutely outstandingly shone in that match and shackled Kevin De Bruyne. How many players in world football can you say, honestly, have shackled Kevin De Bruyne? Additionally, how many players in world football in Liverpool's history have won Player of the Month? This is not something to be taken lightly. Of all the talent in Liverpool's squad, Wataru Endo rightfully won Player of the Month. No one can doubt his quality and what he's contributed already. So to change your mind and flip-flop decision making over his fee, over his age, over his profile, it's frankly ridiculous, to be honest. You may not like him personally, but you may not fancy him as a player. It's quite amazing that some of the world's greatest managers, Jose Mourinho, Antonio Conte, utilised the 30, 31, 32-year-olds to complement their title-winning squads because of the fact they're experienced, they're professional, they know the role inside out, and they'll be there for their teammates. 30 is not an old age these days, and they're a big part of title-winning squads as well. And that's where Endo comes in as experienced head, because Liverpool's squad is predominantly very, very young. And you're going to need the Endo, the Van Dijk, the Alisson Becker, the older heads to guide the youngsters, the talented new blood through. But luckily, the people in charge, Arne Slot and Jurgen Klopp, are given the A-OK. And you've got to look at the bigger picture rather than just what's on the pitch. And when I say that as well, a lot of people, when they look at what's on the pitch, they only see wherever the camera pans to on the ball. I would advise you to start looking at the tactical positioning and the plays of some players, especially off the ball. Like I mentioned Andy Robertson in the live stream. By the way, I am live streaming the Man United Liverpool match. So join me on the live stream. It's going to be an epic one. Absolutely fun, filled to the brim. And the banter and communication is always top notch. So I really appreciate you. But one very, very interesting thing that Wataru Endo has revealed is he actually believes we are defensively on point and have improved significantly even under the short tenure of Arne Slot, because he says that Arne Slot has trained them what to do in 1v1 situations and not just stylistically as a system unit defending. He has trained them individually 1v1s, what he would like them to do to push the opposition into the right zones and pressure zones. And he makes a big point of the players returning to the defensive shape has been outstanding in pre-season and in the first two matches as well, and that contributes a lot to the defensive shape and solidarity and control of the game. And I did mention that in the tactical analysis I did as well in the last preview. And even though he compliments Klopp for this particular attribute as well, he says Arne Slot and his team keep a very close eye on conditioning and a very close eye on fatigue. And he's absolutely on point with substitutions, because when he feels a player may or may not be fulfilling his function in Slot's team, the Slot machine, appropriately, or he's fatiguing, or his conditioning isn't quite on point for that game, he's not afraid to make that instinctive substitution, as we saw at halftime with Jarrell Quansah for Ibu Konate. And then Slot even told Wataru Endo, even though tactics are important, you won't win anything unless you run and you fight. And running and fighting and dueling? Hello? Put two and two together, that's what you get. Wataru Endo here to stay at Liverpool. Let's have a fantastic season. Domo arigato minasan. So happy to have you guys. We are literally building the best community on the web, the best international Liverpool fan base of all time. Members from Liverpool, from Ireland, from Bangladesh, from California to Cameroon to Brentford to Barnford to Cambridge. All my brethren, all my lady friends out there, domo arigato, thank you so much. I'm really loving the interaction. You guys are the highlight of my day. And we're up to 60 members already. And I did mention, once we get to 100 members, and everyone who's a member already, make sure you join the Discord, because we chat transfers, lineups, life, universe, and everything every single day. And you can pick your own dedicated member number. I've given a little persona, cute nickname, the warrior, the enforcer, the strategist, the shiny one, the genius. Grab your member number, because it's yours forever as long as you are a member. And when we do the one and done commemorative goodie for 100 members, which is exclusive and it'll never be run again, you'll have your member number, you'll have your preferred name and your persona name, the cute little nickname that I've signed if you want to as well. So we're at 60 members already. I can't believe it. And I know some of you have told me, some prominent Man United content creators, unfortunately I think the numbers aren't quite there yet to appeal, to attract, to bring them on here. But one day, never say never. Not only will we grab their attention, Minasan, Samurai sent you, let's overtake them. We'll get there one day. Because like Arne Slot, the shiny one, this channel is the cream of the crop, channel of substance and abundance. And as always, I love my merch. I'm going to open one bad boy right now. Got one right here. Can't wait to find out what we got. You don't know, I don't know, we don't know, but we will find out very, very soon. And it's standard chartered. It's black and yellow, black and yellow. I seem to remember this kit. Is this a third kit? Did Suarez wear this one time? I seem to remember this. Wait a minute. Now I'm sure Suarez did wear this. But this, my friends, is one of the classiest defenders of all time. We signed him after he man-marked Rooney out of an international game. Denmark, the famous tattooed Dane, you'll never walk alone, on his knuckles. It's Dagger, Daniel Agger himself, number 5. Whoa, boy, what a legend. Cultured left foot, can hit a rocket. Walking, striding, strolling out of defence. Daniel Agger, my friend, I'll be honoured to wear this. So we've gone from yellow to black and yellow, Wiz Khalifa. All good. Now this must be a small one because this is a proper body hugging and showing the fruits of my pre-season labour where I'm trying to work my butt off. So this is pretty tight. However, Daniel Agger, style and profile, loving it. Suit you, sir. And thank you everyone for the lovely messages around Typhoon Chan. Luckily our house is rock solid. Built in central Miyazaki, Japan on a concrete foundation, pretty strong. The bins were flying everywhere. I had to retrieve 3 or 4 of the bins. My friends weren't so lucky, unfortunately. Their garage doesn't exist anymore, and one of the walls and windows, the glasses everywhere. Very unfortunate. Even the place, what's it called? NAFCO, where I buy my shelves and buy my furniture, DIY stuff, a little bit like IKEA. The whole front of their store has collapsed as well. So it's going to be a recovery period for some of the locals. I'll help out where I can as well. But once again, Miyazaki man, Ichiban Miyazaki Gan, the army, we're growing massively. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video, share this video, helps this channel get seen massively. Thank you so much. I'm constantly working to provide new formats and content styles and grow the community aspect and give you guys a forum to chat with me daily. That's what we do on Discord. Link in the channel below. Also in the description for anyone who wants to learn Japanese. The missus actually runs an online Japanese school. If you want to have a free Japanese lesson, 1 hour one-to-one with any sensei, it's on me. A code called New Starter. Choose your teacher, any approved Japanese teacher, your preferred time slot. It's an hour lesson, 1-to-1. Just use New Starter. It's free. And of course, if you enjoy it, you can carry on, but no pressure at all. And really, guys, a lot of you are more or less my buddies and friends already. We chat and banter on Discord all the time and in the live chat. I can't wait to see you guys in live chat. I have so much fun and it makes a match so much more enjoyable. So really, hontoni domo arigato minasan. Kiotsukete means take care, stay safe. Until next time, Janet, hit my music. Ciao.
Liverpool fan in Japan.